So they moved there, and Vera had died of, what did she die of?
Pneumonia.
Pneumonia. Okay.
They didn't have antibiotics in those days.
Right. And then you got, do you have any memories or stories about when you were young, when you were a little one?
I got scarlet fever and was put in a hospital for 6 months.
For 6 months?
Yes.
How old were you?
6.
Wow. For 6 months. That's a long time. And that's when you said you peeled all over?
That's right.
And did you get to get visits from your family?
No, of course not.
Why not?
Well, they didn't have the money to come, Sarah.
My heavens. So you were 6 years old and you went for 6
Yes.
months into the
Right.
hospital. Wow.
No.
And do you have any long-lasting repercussions from
No.
having had that?
No.
Is your heart okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. And then I remember, what?
Brain.
Her brain. Okay, he's not part of this. And then Patrick, I remember you always saying Patrick. Did he have any health issues when he was little?
No.
No? He was healthy as a...
Except he's bald.
Well, now he's bald, but he wasn't then. He had a head of curls, didn't he?
Yes.
What,
I used to pull them.
And you used to pull them. Well, weren't you like 7 years old when he was 2?
Yes.
You were old enough to know better
No, I wasn't.
to pull on his curls.
He was cute.
He was very cute. Had a head of curls, and I'm sure he was very sweet. Yes? What else do you remember?
It was a pain in the neck.
Oh my heavens. And now he had a lot of didn't he have ear infections?
Oh, yes. Terrible. He was in the hospital for months.
For months. Because you told me he has lots of scars on his
Mastoids.
mastoids, where they would go in and
Yes.
lance them open. Ugh. That was again before antibiotics, then,
Yes.
right? Oh, I can't even imagine the pain. Whew. Okay, let's see. Did I cover everything so far? So Patrick was born in 1934, 5 years before you, and you were 1929.
Yes.
Do you know when Mary was born?
No, I have no idea.
How many years older was she than you? Was she 10 years older than you?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. And Monica was like 8 or 9 years older than you, and Vera. Okay. Something like that. Alrighty. What was your mother like?
Oh, she was a sweetie. You met her.
Oh yeah, she had such a sweet personality.
I know.
She was very loving, very sweet. Never said a bad thing.
No, she didn't.
She didn't.
She didn't cuss like me.
Did she ever cuss?
No, never.
Never.
Never. She didn't know a bad word
Okay.
in her vocab.
Texas. What does it?
Is it Texas
Yes.
that kind of was warped her? Did she have any hobbies?
No, us.
The children.
Yes.
The children were her hobbies. Cooking and cleaning and.
Yes. She
Make-
did it all on her
Did
own.
she make clothes for you?
I used to make them until Vincent told me they were terrible, so I gave up.
Okay. But when you were little, how did you get your clothes?
Oh, she made them for me.
She made them.
Yes.
Did she ever like embroider or do any sort
No.
of smocking or anything like that? But she crocheted, didn't
Yes.
she?
Yes.
Did she knit also?
Oh, yes, she taught me to knit.
Okay. And did she teach you how to crochet also?
No.
Because I remember when I was young, it was either you or her trying to teach me how to knit. And of course, knitting's very in right now.
Yes.
So. Hadn't she even made like a little sweater for a baby for either me or Sean when we were little?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Steve.
And Steve,
Poor
he's
thing.
cocked.
You need to.
Now we're all Steve. They're all coughing and ill. Okay, back to your mama. Now, she was a good cook, wasn't she?
Oh, yes.
What was the best meals she made?
Mashed potatoes and sausages.
Mashed potatoes and sausages. What did you call that?
I don't know.
I thought it was bangers and
Bangers and something.
Mash.
mash. There you go. Now, did she also make roast potatoes like you do?
Oh yes.
Is that where you learned how to make them?
Yes.
And lamb? Did she make a lot of lamb?
Oh yes.
All right.
Because that was cheap.
And what was the favorite vegetable of the day?
Cabbage.
Cabbage?
That's what we could afford.
Brussels sprouts? Did you ever have Brussels sprouts?
Yes.
No? Okay. Did either of your parents read when you were small?
No.
They read to you?
No.
Did they tell bedtime stories or anything like that?
I don't remember.
Okay. Because I know by 10 years old you were off to boarding school.
Mm.
Now, did you have your own bedroom or did you share a bedroom?
I shared 3 in the bed.
3 in the bed. Who were the 3?
Mary, Monica, and me.
Okay. And your brother had his own room?
Oh, absolutely.
Ooh.
And your parents, did they share a bed or have single
Oh, yes.
beds?
Yes. No, they shared a bed.
Okay. Alrighty. And I'm
And
thinking,
when one turned, we all turned.
well, there you go. What size bed was it?
A huge bed.
It was like a queen size, or was it
No, it's just queen size bed.
probably a queen size with 3 of you in it? And when did you eventually not have to share a bed anymore? How old were you?
18.
Okay, that was 3 big
Who's
ladies.
in the middle?
Yeah, who
I
was
know.
in the middle?
Me.
See, Mary and Monica aren't around to give us the real skinny on her as a sister, but we'll see. I'm going to get Uncle Patrick to give us some skinny on you, you know.
Oh.
Yes, yes. So what skills or talents do you think you learned from your mother?
How to cook.
To cook? Okay. Now tell me a little bit about your father.
He was very patient and he spent his whole life working
Working.
at the Greyhound Stadium.
Doing.
He was a judge.
Judge? I thought he was a secretary.
He was a judge too.
Okay. Did he judge the Greyhound races?
Yes.
Ah. Now before you moved to England, what was his job?
Well, he got that very early on.
Okay. But I thought I remember hearing something about him being a policeman at one time.
That's right, he was.
In Ireland?
In Ireland.
Okay. And the reason I know and the reason they moved from Ireland to England was because of health reasons, or
No, they were after him because he didn't belong to the IRA.
okay.
So they wanted to kill him. And so Mummy spent 6 months looking for him.
So she moved. You mean she moved and she was looking for him, or
Yes.
he did? Where did he go? He took off by
He
himself.
went to Wincanton,
Okay.
which is in Somerset.
That's in England.
Yes.
Okay. And then did she follow along with the girls?
Yes, but she had to find him first.
That must have been hard without cell
I know.
phones and phones and.
I don't know how she found him.
Huh.
I never asked her.
And that was probably in the 20s sometime. Mid 1920s?
30s.
Well, you were born in 29.
That's right, yes.
All right. Okay. So your father was very patient and he worked all the time. And what else do you remember about him? Was he a reader?
No.
Did he talk a lot to you children, or did he take you to the park, or was your?
Yes, he walked like this to the park.
Did he?
You had to be in the pram or walking.
And that was
Made
the
you
pram
swing your
around the
hands.
corner from the New River Crescent House.
Hmm.
Yes.
You had to swing your arms.
Okay. He had a certain way that you had to walk.
That's right.
He's very proper. Did he ever swear or anything like
Oh
that?
no.
No?
Lord no.
And did he talk to you about God or beliefs or anything like
Sure,
that?
of course.
Okay. So I remember Aunt Mary saying, probably a year or two before she died, that she remembered him saying to her sometime in his last months that he'd started to pick up the Bible and that he'd been reading it, and he hadn't been reading it in the past. And he was telling Mary, he was encouraging her to to read scripture. So I remember her always saying that to me. I don't know why that stuck with me.